Greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian, own nothing, control everything. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening in the replay. This is the vault, episode 789, meeting in real life. Definitely excited about doing this episode. This is one of those episodes where, we always do episodes based off of basically what our trustees have reached out to is asking us questions about things of that nature. This right here is to present tremendous value to people that are not aware of ultimately how deals get closed, ultimately to how you're able to get capital privately from private wealthy families. So Trust Christian is going to talk about it today, the experience that we've had, something to help you along your way, where you're saying, hey, Trust Christian, long story short is I gotta meet some people in person. Of course, gotta meet some people in person and meet people in real life. And we're gonna talk about this because at the Vault we've done workshops before. We've had workshops throughout the years. When the pandemic hit, it definitely changed. Obviously, that's been 4 years ago now, or at least at least 4 years ago. And so you kind of see over a period of time that you kind of get more into like the online virtual meetings. So we've had virtual webinars, we've had virtual, where workshops. We've had traditional workshops, but we have workshops where families can come together. And traditionally, at this point, we'll just do a private group setting, a private group training for families, and so that's a plus. It's just how it is at this point. But we want to talk about today on this episode the importance of meeting in person, meeting in real life, because a lot of trustees don't understand the value of this because they've never been told the statistics. With Trust Christian, we've sat in the rooms and we understand what the statistics are. The statistics are that you're going to be in a room and you're going to shake hands with other people. You're going to meet other families that have a lot more capital. And so it's rather important for you to meet them in person. Now, when you meet people in real life, there's no replacing that. Not only that, if you can have a conversation, there's no replacing that. The reality and the quantifiable value, the mentors are shared with us in a room. You actually go up 15 times more likely to get done what you need to get done or want to get done if you actually meet people in real life. Now, because of the internet, hey, some people have taken the route. They're not going to meet people face to face. They're never going to shake a hand. They're never going to hug somebody. They're never going to look somebody in the eye with real air that they're breathing in the same environment. And for that reason, you can't be upset that the transactional volume goes down. Transaction volume is not where it used to be because people used to have to meet in person. Now, because people don't have to meet in person, why would the transaction need to need to happen any faster? You would think the internet would speed up the transaction, but the mentors are shared with us. Trust Christian, what you're doing now, we used to do that in the same time. So the internet hasn't given us an advantage or giving you an advantage. It's like, oh wow. So sure, there are some advantages. They will tell us some of the advantages, but that one of the advantages is not having to meet people directly in person, where you don't have to go meet every single person in real life. But in all actuality, you do. In all actuality, you do. And granted, you can get more meetings done through virtual and having them online and seeing people face to face on the internet through these platforms. But the mentors have shared with us there's nothing like creating body contact, shaking someone's hand. It's still one of the business traditions of long time. Some people would like to replace it. Of course, people would like to replace it. Oh, I don't want to meet somebody and shake their hand. You think somebody gonna give you some money and they not gonna want to meet you? So that's where we get the situation not mixed up, but are we really acting in the right position? So many people say, "Oh man, capital raising is so hard." Trust Christian ain't never found that to be hard. How is that hard? Like, you have to meet people face to face. Oh, you think you just gonna call a wealthy man, wealthy family, Oh yeah, you guys are wealthy. You guys have some disposable cash. You guys are investing in this sector from maybe, maybe not. And if you find out they're investing in this sector, why would they still give you the money? What credibility do you have? The credibility that you instantly gain is the fact that you showed up in real life. It's no, I'm behind the screen. I'm behind what is that? A screen name or something of that nature. Some people can sit here and say, "Oh, trust Christian." Well, do you show your face on the vault? First of all, no, because it's not necessary. We have messages with our mentors. We don't have their faces physically recorded, but we do have messages that we've had conversations with the mentors, and the conversation is recorded. So that means we will have a private conversation. And that's what it is. That's what the vault is. The vault is training you into the thought process. You're going to see and you're going to hear a lot more of the lessons than you're actually going to see. If you're going to see a lesson, it should be the minute that your family estate has. It should be a trust minute. All right, that's what I'm looking at visually. Right. That's what you signed your name onto. You're a trustee. So you want to be more, you want to be tapped in with the document. But meeting in real life is for the relationships in the sector. Oh, trust Christian. I don't know how to meet a trust attorney. Did you meet him in real life? I don't know how to meet a trust accountant. Did you meet him in real life? I don't know how to meet, other people, that could help me out. That once again, this is why we share with trustees. People in trust deal with people in trust. But is it an easy pill to swallow? Not at all. Why? Because if you don't have if you don't come from that social economic menu, as the mentors would say to us, if you don't come from that social economic menu, then you gotta train yourself and go immerse yourself in the environments. Oh, trust Christian, is that really what I'm supposed to be doing? Man, yes. You have to go meet wealthy people in person. And the mentors will tell us, so, oh, trust Christian, I'm shaking in my boots. I'm shaking in my boots. How am I going to meet this person in real life? We'll give you guys an example. We've met quite a few billionaires. Okay, we'll give you an example. We'll give you an example of what this guy's company is worth. So we'll let you get an idea of what he sold, and he's moved on to still like $100 million business. Just moved on, but he sold the company. Alrighty, so we're doing our best. Alright, so we're just looking up, giving you guys an idea of what this company it owns. And like this man literally is like some of the major TV stations y'all listen to. This man owns. Okay. We're just doing our best to give y'all an idea of like what the value it is. Okay, great. So in 2006, this man sold his company for $1.2 billion from a major network. That's just bottom line. Oh, trust Christian, that sounds unreal. Yeah, it sounds unreal to you. If it sounds unreal to you, but it's not unreal. Sure, we sat there, shook his hand, talked to him, had a conversation. Oh man, trust Christian, I never shook anybody's hand and did that. I met the athletes that made $200 million at most, or $100 million at most. There's a difference between $100 million and a billion for sure. And when you hear somebody just sold a share of their company, a stake of their company for 1.23, that clearly is it just comes with a different type of obviously conversation and personality type. So okay, great. That's what we did. We talked to the individual. You meet them in real life, and you get to have those type of conversations. Oh yeah, of course. What they gonna sit there and brag to you about the fact that they sold part of their company or something? No, I'm not gonna brag about that. He's moved on to other ventures, and so meeting him in real life, yeah, y'all don't really even want to know. A lot of people be saying, oh man, trust Christian. I don't know if like that. You know, what did they dress like? This individual dressed with a pair of jeans on and a t-shirt. Oh, trust Christian, is that the way you dress? No, clearly this individual is already won in life. They've been ultra successful. So someone just shared with you they sold part of the company for $1.2 billion, and they were in business for less than 30 years, more like 20 years, but they still sold it to a major firm. It's like, yeah, this guy's no small fry. It's like he's done something major in his life. He's done something successful. So meeting him in person, he is a real life kind of guy. It's just real, just being honest with you guys. But it's not about how he dresses. It's just about, okay, this individual right here, okay, this guy, how do I build a relationship with this guy? How do we build relationships with these type of people? That's what people want to ask themselves questions. So okay, I meet him in real life. Okay, shoot, definitely had a conversation with him for 20 minutes and definitely offered to have a cup of coffee with him for sure, no doubt about it. Actually got a picture with the guy. So I trust Christian just gonna go ahead and give y'all the real deal, because a lot of y'all gonna jump into this space and people gonna throw y'all a lot of things to say and do, and it's like, oh man, trust Christian, am I gonna be that guy? Look, we're gonna go ahead and tell y'all, it is what it is. If you end up taking a picture with a wealthy person, it is what it is. It's not, oh man, Trust Christian, you trying to get clout points, you trying to get cool points. Whether y'all know it or not, Trust Christian can drop bombs on anybody ever in life. We done sat with billionaires, we done talked to them. So when you sit there and you say, oh, Trust Christian, should you take a picture with him? Look, if you want to, take a picture with him. Hey man, you want to get a picture real quick? It's just the reality of the situation. Like, oh man, are you taking a picture with them so you can say, hey, I'm gonna send you this picture so we can enjoy this moment? The first time we met, we creating a memory, we were creating a relationship. Or is it something where you just turn it into, oh man, let me take this picture so I can post it on the internet and share with everybody that I met this person and I ain't even get to really have a conversation. I just met him and I was like, hey man, can I get a picture? And then I posted on the internet for social media clout. And sure, if you want to show that you're in the environments and you're meeting people of this caliber, and you want to post that to the internet, you got some following that they want to see that you're posting these pictures and all that good stuff, then great, go ahead. But we're not knocking it, because we have been in environments, once again, well off families, just anything over 30 million. And it's like, oh, trust Christian, well, do they take pictures? Once again, if some people might say, oh man, no, there's no real picture taking going on, and we probably say, you going look, a camera is definitely a difference in the environment for sure. People notice it. People know the cell phones up, people taking pictures, people doing recordings, people doing videos. People notice that, like, there's things in meetings where sometimes you might get a tap on the shoulder and be like, yeah, you can't record this. These people trying to stream a private event to the internet. Like, you paid money to get in the room, but you're streaming it to your platform for free, or streaming it to a free platform. That's just kind of the nature of the beast of the environment that we're in. And so, once again, if you're meeting people in real life and you say, even if you meet a rich guy or a rich lady for a lunch and or breakfast or for a cup of coffee, and you meet for a cup of coffee, oh man, I only met that guy for 15, 20 minutes. We had an incredible conversation. They were moving and they were shaking, and they liked me and I liked them, and we said we're going to have another conversation, and I could continue reaching out when I got more on the table. And okay, and you like, hey, let's just take a picture real quick. And so what happens is, and we'll go ahead and give y'all the plus side of it. So what happens is once again, people say, oh yeah, let's take a selfie together. So they'll say, okay, we take this selfie together. You end up taking a selfie with supposedly a rich person. Oh man, I got a picture with a rich person. Like, how much did that really change your life? But it can. So you get this selfie with the rich person, and then all you do is you send them the picture so they can remember you, and you actually, that's the cheat code to get their cell phone number. That's the cheat code to get their email address. That's the cheat code to get directly in contact with them. I mean, y'all all know, if you take a picture with somebody, it seems like you're familiar with them. Oh man, we were in the same space, I felt comfortable enough to take a picture with you. Okay, great. So they take a picture with you, you send them the picture, now you have their cell phone number. This is somebody that, oh man, I trust Christian, I don't have no rich friends, man. You don't got no rich friends, huh? So you got a rich friend now. So you send them the picture. You know they rich. Y'all know they richer maybe than you are. Oh man, I got an ego, I can't say that. Okay, fine. But the reality is, at times there are people that are at different levels. So they might be richer. You might want to build a relationship with them. It's nothing wrong with taking a picture and sending them a picture. We're not even against it at all, because we understand that when you reach back out to people, and they like, say you'll call them or you'll message them, they'll still have that in their feed. So when you're reaching out to them, they'll say, "Oh yeah, I don't remember this person, but oh, I got the picture. Oh, I remember this person. Okay, great." But how many people are gonna be able to do that? We giving y'all tips and tricks for sure behind closed doors, behind the oh man, how am I going, you know, how am I gonna get this rich person to give me some money? What are you talking about? Y'all only if y'all only knew. First of all, somebody seeing you face to face definitely gonna get you some money. If they don't see your face, I'm talking about some real money too. You oh man. First of all, you don't need to meet a billionaire if you're not asking for certain amounts of money. It's just the reality. Trust Christian to tell you that. I know a lot of people be like, "Oh man, Trust Christian, what do you mean?" You might as well just go to a regular financial institution like a public bank or something if you're not asking for 20, 30 plus $1 million. It's just the reality of life. Why do you need to know a billionaire? Okay, so if you meet this rich, wealthy billionaire, yeah, you might want to take some time to come up with a good idea. Come up with a good idea. Come up with something that's good and that can be big and be in scale. And in turn, of course they gonna hear you out. They like doing big things. They like doing big things. The guy we met, of course he likes doing big things. Just mentioning you in this episode that gentleman that sold the part of his company for 1.23 billion dollars. That gentleman is still like y'all would love to hear. Oh man, I'm gonna sit on the beach and never have to work again. He doesn't have to work for sure. Of course he doesn't have to work. That's why he was dressed the way he was dressed, because he doesn't have to work. But at the same time, he's just out active and he's building a certain size business again. And it isn't no, oh, I'm trying to build a small business here. No, he's never. Maybe he has done it before, but that gentleman, when it comes to business, he already built a company. I heard a number that he sold part of it for. We're sharing with y'all. We've seen him in another venture recently, just for meeting him and talking to him, and seeing him again. And he's just like, hey, this is what I'm working on. And that's a nine-figure business, ladies and gentlemen. It's just bottom line. At least eight. It's like, okay, how do you handle these type of situations? Like, what do you need to meet a guy that has sold part of his company for over $1 billion for? What do you really need to talk to this guy for? What do you need to talk to him for? Oh man, Trust Christian, cause I need to have a wealthy friend too. I deserve to have a wealthy friend. Yeah, but he's actually thinking about business a lot. He's a businessman, and he's thinking about it a lot. And so the conversations that he have when we come up to him, we not just BSing him and talking to him about the weather, and protesting. We talking to him about what? We talking to him about the business venture. He just clearly he left a major situation, and then on the back end of that, what he's doing now. Where are you allocating your time? Where are you allocating your money? You may have made some money off that deal. What are your other interests financially? Maybe he's funding things that you're in, your sector, things of that nature. So it benefits you to meet people in person. It benefits you to meet people in real life, whether that's for coffee, whether that's for lunch. We don't recommend dinners. If you got to pull off a dinner, that's only because the mentor recommended it. Okay, great. But other than that, we don't. Keep it light. First meeting, something appetizer style, meeting in real life. Some people say, "Give me the breakdown, Trust Christian." Give me the breakdown. All right. So if you do coffee meetings, you do lunch meetings, a lot of people gonna fall into a trap real quick. Some of y'all like talking a lot, so you're gonna talk and you're just gonna go a long time. But if you don't have a set time for the meeting, some people say, "Oh, Trust Christian, you don't know. I want to go off my feels. I'm gonna go off the feels." Look, ladies and gentlemen, we not saying that you can't go off your feels. Go off your feels. There's always gonna be somebody in the room that says, "I just gotta feel it, man. I want to feel a certain way." All right, for the rest of y'all to say, "Trust Christian, I need some structure before I walk into this situation, so I can be a leader for myself, so I can learn how to have professional meetings, so I can learn how to interview people in a good time, so I can learn how to increase my time value." Then okay, what you gonna do? You're gonna have a time limit for your meeting. You're gonna say, "Hey, X, Y, and Z, appreciate you taking the time out. Just really wanted to meet for about 30 minutes here, and we're just gonna go ahead and go what we need to go over." You think somebody successful is gonna be upset that you have a schedule and agenda in the conversation? That's pretty much how all of our conversations have gone with all of our mentors. All of them have been very focused, direct, poignant to the point. Bottom line, it's no having a gaffer. No, we don't. We were. It wasn't. No, it was never that. It was the mentors will always ask us to send an agenda in advance. So some of y'all gonna have to learn that. Oh, I gotta send an agenda in advance. You're meeting with someone that has a ton of cash. They appreciate it. They definitely know that you're not here to waste their time. They definitely know that you're prepared for this meeting. They definitely know that. If you don't come to the meeting with some level of agenda, some level of topics, some you could slide across the table saying, hey, this table of contents is about to go over here today. They're just sitting there. And guess what? We're on the other side of the table at this point in our life too, but we sit on the other side. We know what they're looking for. They're sitting across the other side of the table to see whether y'all want to know what how locked in is this person? How prepared is this person? But how locked in is this person? It could be a lot of things. Take locked in as a generalization of whatever you interpret as being prepared. Uh, uh, being prepared. They could say how prepared is this individual, but y'all don't really want to know. Because if you did, we're gonna share it with you. The mentors sitting across the table are asking themselves, how can I help this person? How can I bring value to this person's life? Wealthy people know how to make money. It's by investing in other people, not just themselves. So are you gonna meet the mentor in real life? Or you going, oh man, I can't meet that guy. Some of y'all got conferences where it's a conference, right? And you supposed to, it's a major conference or whatever, so it's got these people that have conferences or whatever. Just like Trust Christian, we've done conferences. Okay, so they do conferences. Do you go to the conference and try to get the exclusive ticket to go back behind the scenes and talk to them? But a lot of people don't know. A lot of people are really more of an email and a phone call away. Still to this day, they're an email and a phone call away. But how many people are going to be persistent on the email and the phone call away? Are you gonna meet in real life? Oh, Trust Christian, I gotta travel then. I gotta save my chips up. First of all, a lot of the times you could actually meet people if you could do a two-step approach where you meet them online first. You get a warm feel. That should give you some motivation and some inspiration and visualization to get the capital that you need or have the capital come to you that you need to go visit them in person. That's just being reality. We even think about that for our mentors right now that are in California. We got quite a few mentors in California, and we used to take tours to go meet our mentors. Oh, Trust Christian for real every time. As soon as we went on that side, as soon as we were in California, we would just go meet, hey mentor, I'm in town. Sometimes you gotta do this stuff in advance to see where they're at. But of course, you go meet with your mentors. Once again, it could be only lunch. Once again, it could be only coffee. That's how you get around them saying no. Because if they don't really have the time, they just gonna tell you no. So the way you get around it is like, okay, where are you gonna be? And that's what the mentors train us. They train us to go. When you go where the mentor is at, you got to go where the mentor is at. You don't say, oh yeah, mentor, I need you to come to me. Some of the mentors will give you a meeting in the middle, like, hey, where are you coming from? I'll meet you here. We can meet here. Nah, a lot of the mentors, deep down inside, the more you show, hey, I want to be here with you, I want to be around, the more they're going to put out the effort to actually take the time out the schedule. So the 40 minutes that they do have, 20 minutes that they do have, you can meet with them and get some value out of it. But at the end of the day, people we talking about in this episode meeting in real life. Why? Oh man, Trust Christian, you don't think you could get around that? Probably not. Like we know a few ways, and of course there's obviously more than one way. But we'll say this much: Trust Christian has always made it a point to build those in real life relationships because Trust Christian was born in the era before the computer. Or during before the computer and the social media stuff allow people to have ease of access to connect with people. Like you'll hear all the time people say, oh yeah, I slid in somebody's DMs. You slid in somebody's DMs. Well, if you sliding in somebody's DMs, it's like trying to have a private conversation with them one on one in person. Well, okay, that's just a text message then. That's not actually like face to face DMs. So if you want to have a deeper relationship and a more effective relationship, you got to DM somebody in real life, which means you got to meet with them in real life. Some people we're not encouraging any ill on the internet or anything of that nature, but of course, yeah, definitely, you're gonna have to meet some people in face to face for sure in real life. And it's funny because even if you say people are not, or some people say, oh man, this person's fugazi or they're not legit. How you gonna know that if you never meet them face to face? Because then you'll know, okay, I remember meeting this person, but now over the internet they acting this way and that way. And that's the funny part about it. That's why a lot of people don't want to hear, like, it's just best to meet people face to face. Why? Or meet them in real life. Why? Because, all right, these guys over the internet, ladies over the internet, oh, I'm so like unaccessible because I have this huge following over the internet. They're so unaccessible. They don't answer their emails. They don't answer their blah blah blahs. It's like you're an influencer. Trust Christian knows people that run billion-dollar organizations that we can still have direct contact with. So who are you to sit here and say you got some internet following? Like, oh, you're not a billionaire. We gonna go there, because they're not billionaires. Some who do y'all know that is some? Oh man, I know this guy. What is it, Mr. Beast or these other people? Like, have at it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are influencer numbers. You might as well call them athletes. Why? Because if they don't show up and perform, they don't get paid. Now, some people could say they got sponsorship deals, and we're not going to talk about these people business in a negative way, but we're talking about coming into the private wealth environment where, once again, you may not even be a active operator anymore. You might be like the individual we know that sold his company partially for $1 billion, where okay, he got a payoff, he got a good cash out, and now he's just wanting to do something else. But it doesn't mean he has to work. Doesn't mean he has to trade time for money. Doesn't mean he has to perform for anybody. He doesn't have to perform for anybody. This man's walking around with jeans and a t-shirt, and he's somebody that sold $1 billion company. It's on the internet. It's reported as real life stuff. Oh man, Trust Christian, man, how do I get around it? You gotta meet people in person, man. You gotta meet them in real life. There's no way around it. You know, oh, Trust Christian, I could do this internet stuff. I'll be sitting on the internet. I'll be scrolling all day, swiping and swiping and swiping and scrolling and whatever they doing. They scrolling. They don't want to meet their hero. Y'all hear? This how y'all know a person got a loser mentality. Yeah, I don't want to meet my hero because I don't want to be disappointed. You think if your hero met you, he would be disappointed? What the heck is going on in the world? Somebody gonna sit here and say, I don't want to meet my hero because I'm gonna be disappointed. You're the disappointment to your hero. You want to talk smack? I don't want to meet my hero because I won't be disappointed. You're a damn disappointment. People out here talking that silliness on the internet. I don't want to meet my hero. Then if you don't meet your hero, how Batman had a sidekick for a reason. The sidekick didn't say, oh man, I'm not going to be Batman's sidekick no more. No, he had a sidekick. He had a Padawan. He had someone he was training that respected, all right, I ain't Batman, so I might as well just be Robin. Right. Be you. And y'all don't even know. The mentors in our environment always have said this from stage. We'll give y'all a quick tip from Trust Christian. You know, we hard in the lab right now. We're doing some reading. One of the best books we've read, you know, straight up. But one of the best books. This guy just comes out and you know, he's giving a lot of tips and tricks. And one of the things that he says so many good things in this book, man. We're just doing our best to go over what he said in the book because there's so many good things, like you know, making it a point to visualize your success before everything you do. That's a big deal. Him having mentors, he would say having mentors is important. So these are things that we definitely know. What are we gonna give out of that book right now? What's in that book that we've been pontificating on? It's a lot in that book right now, but we went back to it and we've read this one before, and it's an easy read. Chapters are really really short, and what can you say, ladies and gentlemen? You could pull yourself out of any situation. Oh man, can I really go from zero to hero, Trust Christian? If you don't think you can, you're not. But if you think that, hey man, I got a fighting chance, I'm gonna figure this out, then you got a fighting chance. But it's not gonna come from not being around wealthy people or people that have significant capital. Meet people in real life. Meet people in real life. Let's see what chapter we were thinking about just now from that daggone book. Because that's definitely a good book. What are we thinking about from this book? What are we thinking about from this book? Appreciate all y'all tuning in live, listen to replay. Feel free to type into the chat where you tune in live, listen to replay from. Definitely appreciate you all. Uh-oh. Uh, we're doing our best. Give us a sec here. We're gonna go ahead and give y'all one of the things that we just was, reading and really, know that you gotta go back to the basics a lot of times, and stay focused on the basics. Um, yeah, his book was very, very easy read. Just focused on the simple processes of your mentality. Then you're going from the mentality and the emotion aspect to actually getting to uh, the work that you end up having to do, uh, the work that you end up having to do, and the relationships that you end up having to build or that you end up building along the way. And it's just so important, ladies and gentlemen. It's just so important. Meeting in real life, and we appreciate the mentality that the mentors have trained us into, which is when you go to an area, always make it a point to, get some meetings on your calendar, meet with some financial relationships, meet with deals, and that's the interesting part. To be honest with you guys, as America is actually such the land of milk and honey, opportunity rich. It's almost like, hey, it's gold in the streets. But guess what, Trust Christian? It's so much gold. Why do I need to pick it up? It's in my house. It's on the streets. It's everywhere. Right. The only difference is there's some people, their gold quality is different. Y'all want to go there? Yeah, you live in America. The opportunity is there. But the quality of the gold, the quality of life. It's the quality of life. It's the quality of the gold. Some gold's 18, 20, what, 24, whatever it is. So, are we in tune with, okay, if I got to meet somebody in person, that's going to improve the quality of the relationship? Meet people in real life. You can't replace it. No, Trust Christian man, can I get around this? It costs so much. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you all can meet people locally. You don't have to leave your area. You can stay in your zip code and go to all the financial institutions in your zip code. That's just bottom line. You go to all the financial institutions in your county. You can go to all the financial institutions in your city. So people are going to say, oh, Trust Christian, you just throwing out things to do, but I don't know what to do. No, a lot of you trustees, y'all know, y'all open up bank accounts. Okay, did you visit every financial institution? And Trust Christian is here to tell some of y'all that haven't enrolled yet, and some of y'all that's wondering, let's hear the answer, Trust Christian. A lot of the trustees don't visit all of the financial institutions. It's not going to ask Trust Christian, did he do it? The mentors trained us to do it. Yes, you have to diversify your financial relationships. It's not, oh man, I'm going to go to the local credit union, Trust Christian. I'm going to go to some local under the name bank, and I can't even do international business with them. I won't have an international card when I travel internationally. Right. Now you're going to have a card to travel internationally with. So you can carry cash for sure, but how you going to do transactions internationally? So how do you get around that? You get with financial institutions that can cater to the family estate, not your ego and your emotions. Oh man, Trust Christian, I'm not trying to go in here. I don't know. I don't want to mess up the first time. Of course, trustees think like that. I don't want to mess up the first time. Okay, then they go in there and they get things done. But did they interview and go around to all the financial relationships in their area and say, do you open up trust accounts? Do you extend credit to trust? Do they ask these questions? Oh, the Trust Christian, I don't know. I didn't know it was that easy. Trustees go in there. The trustees go in there and open up bank accounts, but how many of them actually interview all the financial relationships locally, find out who's actually extending credit to the trust? They come on the line to Trust Christian. Trust Christian, give me the shortcut. Who's the financial institution that's giving money to the trust? First of all, there's thousands of banks in the United States. So you sitting here asking Trust Christian it's 1,000 banks in America. It's not just the top five that you know. So when trustees do come back and say, "Oh, I got with the local bank, I got with local credit union, Joe Schmo," okay, did you find out are they extending credit to trust? Did you find out how they extending the credit? Trustees want to know, oh man, I gotta get credit on trust, man. I don't know. I'm trying to buy my house for in the trust, man. I'm trying to get the house in the trust now, but the trust don't have no credit history, trust Christian. So how are we gonna do that? Did you go in there and talk to the financial institution that the bank accounts with, and say, hey, do you guys have any way for the trust to build a credit? No one asked that question. Oh, trust Christian, I didn't think about that. Right? Okay, that's fine. But at the end of the day, they are thinking about that. They just didn't ask. So the mentors trained us to ask. They trained us to go to all the financial institutions, to call the financial institutions in real life, meet them in person, and actually talk to them. Sit there. They prepared us for the in real life stuff. Why? Because they know that that's the last thing that everybody's going to be scared of. So they trained us doing that first. Meet in real life. Yep. Is it that easy, Trust Christian? Ladies and gentlemen, we're giving y'all the cheat code for sure. Meeting in real life is going to allow you to have somebody trust you, have somebody like you, have somebody to feel comfortable with you. How they going to feel comfortable with you if you're not meeting in real life? But old Trust Christian, we're in the era of social media and the internet. You could just make money over the internet. You don't have to go meet people face to face. Ladies and gentlemen, for all the trustees that's not doing business above $20 million, if you're looking to do business above $20 million, ladies and gentlemen, we know that the internet sold you all a bag of goods, and you may not know a lot of people in these environments, but ladies and gentlemen, there is no doubt about it in our mind. We can say this emphatically because we're around others that have this type of capital, and we're letting you know. We sit and talk and have these conversations, and there's no money being given out to people at that level without having an in-person meeting. If you that slick where you could talk somebody to give you $20 million and never meet them face to face in real life, hey, you definitely are slick and have great conversation skills. But if you're gonna sit here and say, "Oh no, Trust Christian, I don't have those conversation skills yet," yeah, a real skill to pull that one off. You pull it if you don't have the skill to pull that off yet, then cool. Just go meet with somebody face to face in person. Don't try to sit here and be a slick one. Oh, I could slick them. I could just not meet them in person. Trust Christian's telling you that's where the value is. That's how the transaction gets closed. That's just the way it is. Really, Trust Christian? Psh, for the most part, man. Trust Christian, we like doing things that you can actually make happen, and not sit here and just be talking about it. And when trustees say, "Oh, how to open a trust bank account?" We ain't heard too many trustees open it up just through the internet. For all y'all that want to sit here and talk about, "Oh, I be trading," yeah, you trading. You open up the trade bank account, the trust bank account with the trading brokerage account, right? Or did you go do that in person? Some people don't even know how to go open up a brokerage account in person. Some people, oh man, I'm gonna just do it over the internet with my social, with the social. Okay, great. But they're trustees. They holding the gun. They holding the whip. Trust Christian, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to what they say. I don't know how to get the trust bank account for the trading to go in. Yeah, cause you didn't go inside. You didn't. Did you go inside of a physical location? Man, I got it online, guys. It's an online brokerage. They're an international firm. Yeah, a foreign firm. They're a foreign firm, and they don't have a physical location. That's what we know. We're gonna hear this, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're not saying that that's bad. We're not saying that that's wrong. What we are saying is, okay, you got one brokerage that's all online. Why not have another one that's in person? Why not have more than one? Because that's a lot to manage, man. It's a lot going on, man. It's a lot, man. That's all they're going to say. That's all they can say, honestly. Because if it's not a lot to do, then you just going, okay, thanks, Christian. Thanks, Trust Christian. Appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead, definitely. I definitely am okay with the online stuff, but the in-person stuff, I want to see what that brings to the table, how that changes the dynamic. What does that bring to the table? What does that mean for me and my family? A lot of trustees, they don't even know the benefits. They don't know the benefits of going into a brokerage firm in person. They don't know the benefits of, oh, if I go into the brokerage firm, how's that going to affect the family estate? Yeah, some of y'all don't understand this. Some of y'all got 401ks, and some of y'all got foundations. So what's a self-directed IRA? That's basically a self-directed donor advised fund. It's a donor advised fund. The money goes into an account. The money is utilized what people call for investment purposes. X, Y, and Z going to a good cause. Yeah, that's a donor advised fund. But how many trustees can transition their mind from, okay, instead of me being a beneficiary in this situation, now I'm gonna go to the trustee. That's what you is in a donor advised fund. But in the self-directed IRA, oh man, trust Christian, I'm in the self-directed IRA, man. Yeah, and some government, regulated policies. That's just the reality of the situation. That's what type of situation it is. Is it? Yep. Is it wrong? Nope. Is that the reality? Yep. That's the reality. So do you want to keep having a donor advised fund? Do you want to keep having a self-directed IRA, or are you gonna move into something that's for your family estate for generations and you still can't direct it? Oh yeah, Church Christian, I can do that. Of course. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listening to replay. Feel free to reach out. Christian@trustchristian.com. Once again, that's Christian@trustchristian.com. Feel free to reach out. Looking forward to hearing from you all. Peace and joy.